Hello, everyone, and thank you for jumping on to learn more about using the South Dakota 4-H State Fair book. My name is Caroline Hansen. I am the 4-H Youth Program Advisor in Davison and Hanson Counties. So I am in Mitchell and Alexandria. So here is my contact information. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. You can also reach out to your county office, and they're happy to answer those questions for you as well. So to start off, we're going to talk about where to find the State Fair book, what exactly it is, and how to use it. So the first thing is, where can I find it? So your state office may have sent you a direct link, or maybe they downloaded the book and emailed it to you. But if you need to find it on the Extension website, you'll go to extension.sdstate.edu. You'll go down to the 4-H tab and click on Competitions and State Fair. Once you're in there, you'll scroll down just a little bit and you'll see a box that says State Fair with the current year's State Fair dates. So you'll click on that and again, scroll down just a little ways and you'll see a list of resources. So under that list of resources is the State Fair book, as well as a link so you can search for your county office staff for contact information. And it will also take you to the South Dakota State Fair website. And that link is to the State Fair's official website, not the 4-H State Fair website. So once you click on that State Fair book, it'll pop up just like this. You can either view it on the web browser like it is, or you can download it or print the book as well. So what exactly is the State Fair book? So the State Fair book is 101 pages of everything you need to know about exhibits, entries, schedules, contact information, things like that. So the picture here is of the table of contents. So as you can see, there is a lot of material within the book. Some of the highlights to note, you can find contact information, entry requirements, a facility map for the state fairgrounds, the state fair schedule, exhibit requirements, and your project area committee members. So on this page, this is a screenshot out of the State Fair book. You can see that the SDSU Extension leadership and State 4-H office staff is listed. There's also the contact information for the State 4-H office, as well as the phone number that you'll contact during the State Fair. So many of our county offices are not open during the State Fair. And so if you have something come up where you need a question answered, or you have an emergency or something like that, this is the number that you will contact. If you know the cell phone number for your county advisor, they've given you that, you can call them as well. But if you don't have personal information or personal phone numbers for those, you can call this number for your questions or things like that during the fair. Now, outside of the fair, you should contact your county office first. They may be able to answer your questions. If they can't, or you're unable to get a hold of them, then you can call the State 4-H office at the contact info provided here. So also within the book is general rules, information, procedures, entry requirements, things like that. So here is another screenshot from the State Fair book. As you can see, it tells you that the entry deadline for the 2021 South Dakota State Fair will be August 10th. And then it also tells you that 4-H members are allowed 12 exhibits. So this is just to show you that those kind of important details are listed in the book. Sometimes they can be just a simple bullet point. So it's really important that you look closely, but you'll likely be able to find all the information you need pertaining to State Fair within the document. So here is that map of the South Dakota State Fairgrounds that I showed you, just for for reference for those who maybe haven't been there or aren't familiar with the grounds. And then here is the state fair schedule. So as you can see, it starts with Saturday, August 28th, which is our companion animal and our dog show. And then it follows into all the way through the state fair. So the schedule is, I believe, 4 pages of our book. And it's really important to pay attention to times and locations for these different events, especially when we're talking about livestock check-ins. You want to make sure that you get your animals checked in on time so that you're able to show at the state fair. So also, like I said, committee members can be found on the or within the state fair book. So this is an example of the breeding meat goats. So as you can see, it lists the 3 4-H youth program advisors who serve on the committee, as well as our adult volunteers and our youth member volunteers. It also lists the eligibility requirements that are specific to that species. So for each one of your species, be sure to check that section to know that sometimes those requirements might be slightly different species to species. So be sure to check that for those that you're showing. So now that we've figured out where to find the 4-H book, and we've talked a little bit about what it is and what's in it, let's talk about how we use it. So when you're finding where to or how to enter your projects, you're going to find the category, you're going to find the species or the topic area, depending on if it's an animal or a display. You're going to find the lot, and you're going to find the sublot. So to help you understand what all of those things mean, we're going to do an example. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I always sorted my Halloween candy. And so we're going to use Halloween candy as an example of how to find the correct place within the fair book to put and enter your exhibit. So to start, we're going to say we have a Reese's pumpkin. So our first question is it an edible product or is it not an edible product? Obviously, we know this is an edible product. So then we'll move on to, is it chocolate? Is it not chocolate? Or does it fall into that other category? For this example, it is a chocolate. So then underneath chocolate, we'll say, does it have caramel? Does it have pretzels? Does it have peanuts? Does it have peanut butter? And does it have nougat? So we'll pick which one of those it fits best into. And for this example, it would fall under peanut butter. So now we know when we enter this, we would pick edible, chocolate, and peanut butter. So for a real world example, we're going to say I took this photograph and I want to enter it in the state fair. So we're going to pick, is it an animal project? Is it a display project? Or is it a youth in action project? For this example, it would be a display. Underneath display, we have a whole variety of different lots that you can choose from. This is just a few of them, but again, for this example, we want to enter this photograph. So it would fall under our photography lot. Now, once you've selected photography, there is another sublot that you'll have to choose. And so underneath photography, we would find where it best fits in which of these categories. So for our example, it would fit best under animal. For different photographs, it might fall under close up, it might fall under non-living. Maybe you took some pictures of people. So you'll just pick which one that your photograph fits best with. So to show you exactly what this looks like in the state fair book, this is a screenshot straight out of the book. So as we said, it was a display project. It fell under the photography category, and then it fell under the animals subcategory. So as you can see here, each one of those sublots has a little descriptor to help you identify which one is the best fit. So for animal, it says one photo of wildlife, domestic animals, or insects.
Hmm.
So for another example, we're going to say that this is my goat and I want to show it at the state fair in the animal show. So again, we're going to start with those same three categories. This one is an animal. Underneath animals, we're going to find which species it fits under. For example, this is a dairy goat. And then we're going to pick which breed. So this goat happens to be a Nubian, but as you can see, there are several different breed options, and you'll select which one fits best for your animal. Now, sometimes animals will have an extra selection than our display projects do. So for this animal, because it would be a breeding animal, you would select which sublot she falls onto based on her birth date. And as you can see, those birth date ranges are listed there. So just be sure to double check that your birth date is in the correct sublot for your animal. Some animals that are, for example, are market animals, our market meat goats, for example, only have two categories. They would either be a market wether or a market doe. So we don't have to know birth dates on those. But again, that information would be found within the fair book underneath that species information. So just be sure to take note of that. There may be one extra step. But for this animal, we would select, when we enter, we would select animal, dairy goat, Nubian, and then which sublot she fits under based on her birth date. So again, to show you what this looks like directly into the state fair book, we picked animal, dairy goat, Nubian, and then our sublot based on birth date. So if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. The book is quite extensive and there's a lot of information. So you're welcome to reach out to me, or you can reach out to your county office and they're happy to help you as well.